Good morning, YouTube. My name is Amber and welcome to a Get Ready With Me specifically for glasses wearers. Before we get started, my daughter is playing in the background if you hear little noises and toys and things like that. So hopefully it won't be too much of a distraction, but she is playing back there. So I wanted to do this because I have watched glasses tutorials on YouTube when I see them. And I am sick and tired of being stuck in the beige and white rut. Like, we don't have to be limited to that. And the other thing I've noticed is most of the people that do glasses tutorials don't wear their glasses on a regular basis. So when you wear your frames, your makeup needs to be much more deliberate because your frames take up so much surface area of your face. And especially if you are nearsighted, you need to be more deliberate with your eyeshadow because your lenses will literally make your eyes appear smaller. So the tips that I'm going to show you today, you can apply with any shadow. Do not feel like you have to be limited to wearing the same boring neutrals every day so you can wear your glasses. I mean, because that's a lot of the reason that many of us don't wear our glasses every day. I do, I have to now, because since having my children, my eyes have become so dry that it's uncomfortable to wear my contacts, and I got the AccuView Oasis that are supposed to have way more hydration than other contacts on the market, and I'm still having trouble. So as I've worn my glasses every day, I've adjusted tips and tricks to make my makeup work for me, where it can still be very flattering, and then I don't feel like I'm missing out on current trends. So hopefully I'm offering you something that you have not seen before, and maybe, you know, you'll be inspired to wear your glasses on a more regular basis because they are very flattering. They don't have to be that fail-safe when you're not feeling well during the day, or the fail-safe when you don't want to wear makeup. Glasses can be so complimentary to your face. They can be complimentary to your look. It can help inspire you on a project pan if you have colorful frames, or even if you have black frames. I mean, there's so many options, and those doors haven't really been opened because people are still afraid to venture outside of the box as far as their makeup with glasses. So I'm going to show you my look with my project pan items. I will be doing a mint and purple shadow tutorial if you are interested. I'm incorporating Maybelline color tattoos, some powder products, and I will show you the contouring that has worked for me because, again, with the glasses, for me being nearsighted, my lenses make my eyes look really small. So when I put my glasses on, I need to do other things to my face to bring the focus back up to my eyes, whereas, you know, you don't want it just to be like boxed, and like, since I have a wider face with my extra weight, you know, I have to do a little bit more to make the look complete. So as we get started, I have already put on my foundation. I have applied a little bit of concealer because I am fighting some breakout right now. And I have applied my Naked and Buck to my eyebrows. And I've also applied my Too Faced Shadow Insurance and Candlelight for the sake of time. Because my Project Pan video, when I uploaded it, I realized it was like, that thing was so long. There was a lot of information in it, but I did not want to make a video that long. So as far as my Shop That Stash videos, I'm going to trim it down where it's not quite so time consuming to watch. But there is a lot of information. I was very excited to do it for you guys. So hence why I wanted to go on and have part of my face done, so this video doesn't have to be quite so long. So let's go on and get started. As I take my glasses off, the makeup, like I said, your eye makeup needs to be more deliberate. Don't be afraid if things look heavier. You do need to make your shadows slightly heavier. You cannot wear your makeup the exact same way with your glasses that you do with your contacts. They are two completely different things. And the girls and guys that show you makeup tutorials where it does look the same, they clearly don't wear their glasses regularly, because when you wear your glasses every day, you realize that that doesn't work. If you're going to wear your glasses like one day a week, or, you know, once a month, or, you know, if you have a sick day and you're doing your makeup, that's fine. Do your makeup exactly like you would when you wear your contacts. But day in and day out, if you're gonna do it, you really need to up the amp on what you're doing if you want to look your most flattering. Does that make sense? So as we get started, I'm going to bring out my Maybelline Color Tattoo, or you can use the NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk. It is a beautiful white color. Here's where I am with that. Now what you want to do as you get started with your makeup, swirl your finger around the exterior of the jar to get some white, or you can take your Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil and you can literally apply it to your face, or you can apply it to your finger and kind of warm it up before you put it on. But what I do with this is I stamp it. I'm going to look in my mirror over here. You're going to stamp it onto your brow bone, and you're also going to stamp it into the inner portion of your eye, and you're going to fan it up. Now I say that because highlighting your inner corner with your glasses is not enough. Your glasses bring shadow to your face with the nose pieces. They bring shadow to your face because of the inner part of the frames. So you want to make sure that you brighten up that entire area to make your eyes look bigger, brighter, and more awake. So I think I want to do that. My mirror's over here. So I just stamp it and kind of rub it in, blend it in to the top of your brow bone. You want to see enough of a highlight, but it doesn't need to be glaring at you, if that makes sense. And then I go through and I apply a little bit more, and I literally press it into my inner corner. You want it to cover quite a bit of surface area. I take what's left on my finger and I press it into the other side so it's not too much. And then I fan it up. Like I said, it's gonna look a little severe the first time you do this, but don't panic. I promise you it's gonna look gorgeous when we're done. I get compliments on my eye makeup all the time, and it's because I've adjusted little tips and tricks over the months of wearing my glasses since I've had my issues wearing contacts. So I've had to try different things to figure out what works for me, and now it's no big deal. I use the same basic technique no matter what eyeshadow I'm doing, and it's flawless every time. I've been able to open up my options to wear anything I want now. So after you press that in, fan it up. You're okay, baby. Fan it up, and that way that entire inner area is bright. See, it's not going to be crazy, but you want it enough where you can see it. Okay? Then I go through. You don't have to use an additional eyelid base if you already use Shadow Insurance, or if you use Urban Decay Primer Potion or Lorac Primer, NARS, whatever have you. I do it because I want a more mint look under my eyeshadow, and because I want to use up these color tattoos. So let's be honest, I spent too much money on them. Might as well enjoy them. But I picked this particular color in Icy Mint, or it's Maybelline Icy Mint. And I wanted to do this because I wanted to jump on the spring trends. Icy Mint is a huge popular makeup to wear right now. And I don't want to miss out on the trendy colors and shades just because I wear glasses every day. So pull out a Maybelline Color Tattoo. You can pull out any color you want. As far as your eyeshadow, you want to keep your lid shimmery. If you're going to wear shimmer, you can do matte as well. It doesn't matter. But if you're going to wear shimmer, try to keep it to your lid and to your brow bone, and try to keep your crease matte. I'm going to show you with Hustle from my Naked palette, which is not a matte shadow, but I'm going to use a matte below it so it's a little bit easier, to work with the glasses. So I take Icy Mint, swirl my finger around, and this is kind of patchy, so I do apply more than one layer. I just apply this, press it into my lid to get that color, because if you, pull or smear, it makes a mess. It's not cute at all. So I just go through, kind of let that dry. I do my other eye. Just kind of touch up under there. Do my other eye, and then I go back through and do a second layer on the first eye. And then the second eye. I have to admit, I like it when my eye makeup is as bulletproof as I can possibly make it. So, excuse me, I go through with my shadow insurance and I use my color tattoos, and I find that I don't have to touch up my makeup during the day. Wow, that was a hot mess. Way to go. Oh well. Well, then you see like what doing things normally will look like. And it does take some practice, so I would suggest as you start trying out this glasses makeup, you try when you don't have to go anywhere important. That way you can practice and figure out, you know, how much you need of which things. Because, like I said, as you wear your glasses a little more frequently, you're going to realize what works for you and what you can fine tune and what you can amp up if you want to. So there's that. Now, because right now I've been project panning a shimmery shadow, I take a flat shader brush. This is just a Bare Essentials contour shadow brush. It's a flat brush like so. I go into my Naked palette and I choose the color Naked right here. And I put this in my crease area. I just go through and I put it in there because, again, I want more of a matte finish. Under my glasses, Hustle looks really, really muddy on my skin tone. It is not a good look at all. But if I layer Naked below it, it stands out enough where I get a true purple tone under my frames. So I said this tip in my Project Pan update video. If you have a shadow that doesn't look very complimentary under, you know, no matter when you wear it, try putting a color like Naked below it and see if that helps you. Because I've noticed if I have shadows that don't look quite right, if I put Naked under it, I'm able to wear them with much more ease, and then they look a little more flattering under my glasses. So just tip of the day there. Okay, so there's Naked. Then what I do is, again, you want your highlighting to be a little bit more deliberate as far as your glasses makeup. I take a fluffy eyeshadow brush. This, again, is a Bare Essentials. It's called the Soft Sweep Eye, but it's like a MAC 217. Is that what the brush is? Kind of the fluffy white shader brush, blending brush. I don't have MAC brushes, so I just go with what looks kind of similar. But I dip it into Sin, and I go over my brow bone. And I also do my inner corner, and again, you want to sweep it up into the inner part of your eye. So I kind of go in right here, and then I sweep it up because you want to brighten the inner part of your eye so that your focus is going to be on your entire eye area and not just heavy shadow in the corner. You know what I mean? Because that's a lot of it is, you know, we're afraid to wear smoky eyes and things like that because it looks so heavy under your glasses. It does not have to. If you brighten up that area, you can wear smoky eyes. You can wear gray. You can wear black. You can wear, you know, dark plum, teal, any of those things. Just apply this basic brightening technique. And again, NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil and Milk. Maybelline's Too Cool. Makeup Forever has a white cream shadow. Smashbox has a white cream shadow. Bobbi Brown, all are very flattering. But you need something more than like Maybelline's Barely Beige or Barely Branded. You need like a white. Otherwise, it's not going to be bright enough for you. And you can use this, you know, whether you're 15 or whether you're 60, this trick will work. So, all right, then the next thing that I do is I go through with a flat crease brush. This is an e.l.f. flat contour brush. I picked it up at Target, and I like it because the bristles are really stiff, and it is a nice, like, densely packed brush. So I go through with this, and then I take my whatever shimmery shade I want to use for my lid. It doesn't matter. It's whatever lid color I use. I tend to use this brush because I can pack it on. Right now I've been using the Urban Decay eyeshadow Money from Book of Shadows 3. And what I do with this is I dip my brush in and just kind of pat it because the bristles are densely packed. And then I press it onto my lid. It reduces the amount of fallout that you have And also you have more control, and that way it's not all over your eyes, because again, like, since you put that white down, it's going to be a little bit crazy if you go through with a lighter blending brush. It won't be a good look for you. I go through and I press this onto my lid, like so. It doesn't look very mint right now, but as my makeup oxidizes onto my face, it takes much more of a mint hue. And I love this. I've really been enjoying wearing this for Project Pan. Okay. Now, we're going to go through with our crease color. Be very, very careful as you do this, because this is where you have to make sure that you don't go too heavy-handed or too over the top, because otherwise it will de-emphasize your eyes and then you're going to look, you know, more bruised than anything. But again, don't be afraid to wear neutral shadows. You're just going to, you'll have to play around a little bit to see what works for you. But what I do is I take a fluffy shader brush. Again, whatever the MAC equivalent of this is, it's a shader brush. I don't know. Again, this is it's a Bare Minerals tapered crease defining brush. But I go through and with my Naked palette into Hustle, and I just tap. I don't sweep, I tap. Now, to put definition back into my eyes, I do have hooded eyes, so I have to be careful the way I apply my eyeshadow to my crease. So to get that outer V, I basically press it in like this. I tap it in to the outside third of my eye, like so. And then I sweep it up towards the middle of my eye. And that way you get a lighter hand feathering. You want the concentration of color to actually be on your lid as far as your glasses are concerned. You see what I'm saying? So touch it in down here, stamp it in, and then sweep up. And for me, since my lid takes up, or this top portion of my eye hangs down to make that hood, I'm a little bit more careful with how I apply my eyeshadow, because otherwise it just looks way over the top overdone. So I go through and basically stamp the outside third of my eye and then sweep. And you're still gonna blend this after, so you can go as dramatic as you want. Again, like when you do your makeup the first time and you wear your glasses, you'll notice that over the days that you wear your glasses, when you do it consistently, you will figure out what works for you. It's gonna take a little bit of a learning curve. So if you don't like it the first time, give it a couple more tries, and I promise you, you'll figure out what works. It did take me a little bit to figure out where I wanted to be as far as my eyeshadow. And I go through and take my foundation brush. I use the Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm just sweeping away fallout. So I have to admit, Hustle can get a little crazy. Then I found, I want to say this is just a blending brush. It's a Sony Kashuk domed brush. I mean, it's like a thicker brush. I use this to blend out my eyeshadow. You can use a MAC 217. I like this because it's a little bit fluffier and it does a better job blending out. And I just go through and blend my eyeshadow. And again, you don't want to blend it so much that it's just like you would if you wore contacts, because again, you want that gradient of color under your frames because your lenses are taking away. So it's not going to look like it's completely blended on camera, but when I put my glasses on, you'll see that it balances nicely. So you don't have to worry about crazy, you know, spending the next 5 to 10 minutes blending your eyeshadow. You don't have to be that precise. Okay, so then I go through, and right now with my Project Pan, I'm just setting down a charcoal eyeliner. I eyeline the tops of my eyes. So let me go on and do that. And then I do go over it with shadow. And I know it's bad to pull our eyes when we're lining, but since I have hooded eyes, like, you can't see my eye. So go through and I do that. And the only reason I'm using this pencil right now is because I want to move it out of my collection. This is one of the Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner, and it's in a charcoal color, Half Moon. Came out of the Stila in the No palette. So I just want to move it out. And then I go through with a Real Techniques eyeliner brush, like so. Oh, I forgot one thing. My other big tip. Okay. I take the Real Techniques eyeliner brush and I go through with Creep from the Naked palette, and I line over the top of that pencil liner. You want more of a subtle eyeliner when you wear your glasses so that your eyeshadow is the focus. If you want to wear liquid liner, if you like the winged look, keep your eyeshadow more subtle, and that way the focus is on your liner and your frames. Don't try to do eyeshadow, winged liner, and glasses because it will be too heavy and it will overshadow what's going on with the rest of your face. You want a nice balance between your eyes and lips, not just eyes and then nude, or you know, lips and then like the top of your face looks really small because of your glasses. You know what I mean? Like if you wear glasses all the time, like you know what I mean? Like you don't want the disproportioned look, even though it's not supposed to, but it does if we don't do our makeup to compensate for it. And this is the reason why a lot of people don't like to wear their glasses, is because, you know, it's trying to figure out what works for you. So I go through with Creep and do the other side. I just press it in to my shadow stick, and my eyeliner doesn't budge. So there's that, to just kind of touch that up. Okay. Then I wipe that off because I'm going to use this eyeliner brush again to line my lower lash line with Hustle, so I don't want Creep mixing in with that color. Okay, now, as far as your lower lash line, you can use NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk, or you can use the Rimmel Scandalize Kohl Kajal Eyeliner in Nude. I like either one. The not Wet n Wild, the NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk works well for me when I wear more silvery eyeshadow because it is so stark white. For everything else, I found that this works a little bit better for me because I want to cancel any redness and I want to make my eyes look bigger and brighter because, again, my lenses take away from my eyes and make them look really small. And I already do have small eyes anyway. So the other thing that you can use is the Tarte Emphasize. The flesh color on that is a little too creepy on my skin tone, but if it works for you, that's another great option. So what I do with this is I just line my waterline. I don't go all the way to my tear duct because I don't want to clog my tear duct with eyeliner, but I do go across and line, because again, it will make all the difference in helping your eyes to stand out under your frames. So there's that. And then what I do after I do my concealer, the next thing, concealing is very, very important for wearing your glasses. And you want to do the Kim Kardashian trick of highlighting, and you want to make a triangle shape with your highlighter so that you balance and bring light back up to your eyes instead of having the focus be straight smoky or straight lip. So what I use to accomplish this is I take the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser for Dark Circles in the Brightener shade. It is that bright pink. I don't worry about using blush tone concealers unless I have breakouts to deal with. This works just fine. I do it on top of my foundation after I do my eye makeup, because again, you want more deliberate highlighting effect to blend in, because your glasses are going to take away from what's on your face. So you have to be more deliberate. The cotton applicator fell off of this, so what I do is I twist it up. Make sure I don't have any more color tattoo on my finger. I go in, or I put it on my finger, warm it up between my fingers, and then I dot it just under my eyes like so, okay? Now, I wipe my fingers off. I take my ring fingers, make sure they're clean, and you want a lighter touch so you don't tear that gentle eye area. And I take it through and I sweep it with my fingers. You can use a beauty blender if you want to. I don't, because this works better for me. The concealer works better for me when I warm it up in my fingers first. But you can use a beauty blender. But you want to go down onto your cheeks, like to your cheekbone, arc back up, or not arc, but draw a line with your fingers back up to your eyes and blend to get that nice triangle shape. You see? That way this whole area is nice and bright, and that will bring the attention back up to your eyes. Again, it's going to look a little bit severe right now, but I promise you it will look very sophisticated when we're done. I wish that we would see more glasses tutorials from people that wear glasses regularly, because, I mean, like I said, it's just, you can't wear your makeup in the exact same way. For me, so it's not quite so severe, I go over with what's left in my lid from my Bare Minerals and Tarte Smooth Operator powder, and I just pat it over the top of the concealer to blend. I still have the brightening effect because I can tell where I put it, but it's not quite so harsh. So I just go through, blend, blend, blend. But you can see it's much more of a flattering effect on my face. Wish my camera did this justice, because it really does look pretty. Okay, now to line my lower lash line, to keep my eyes looking as big as they possibly can but not leave that area naked, I go through with the same Real Techniques eyeliner brush that I used with Crease. I go into my Naked palette with Hustle, tap that on, and I only line the outer half of my lower lash line, because again, I want my eyes to look elongated and I want them to look big under my frames, because my frames make my eyes look really small. So I go through and just line halfway across, as you can see. Go to the other side, line halfway across, and done. If you have any extra fallout, you can go back in with your foundation and just kind of clean it up. But it's never really that bad. Okay, now as far as contouring, what I do that works for me is I take my Sonia Kashuk Undetectable Cream Bronzer. Looks like so. I again take my foundation brush, that's the Real Techniques buffing brush. I buff this in and I warm up my skin around where my glasses are. So I go through with my temples, make a 3, kind of come across to my nose. So you make a 3 or a cursive E. And then go back over here, make an E. Because again, I want the focus to be up towards my eyes. I don't want you to focus on other parts of my face. I want my glasses to be the center of attention. Or my eyes, not my glasses. Glasses are the center of the attention when you don't do your makeup appropriately. Okay, and then I just blend it in. I do go through with what's left and go in the middle. That way my face looks nice and blended. Go under my chin. And then I do go through, like right now, since I'm dealing with some extra water weight and things like that. Fun times being female. All right. I go through with my Too Faced bronzer in Chocolate Soleil. And again, since my frames dominate the top part of my face, I want to do some stronger contouring from my temples down my cheekbones right here, because I want your eyes to go up. So I take a Sonia Kashuk blush brush. It's an angled blush brush. Found it at Target for, I want to say $12, $13. And I tap it into my Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And then I find the top part of my cheekbone by my hairline and I sweep it down like so. The other thing that you can do is sweep up to bring that color onto your face. You don't want your contouring to be down here. Not when you wear glasses. When you wear contacts, you can make your normal contouring and it looks fine. But when you wear glasses, you need to bring that color up. So you want to sweep it up towards your eyes. So cheekbones and up. The other thing that you can do if you want to, you can kind of bring it down here to make more of a shadow on your face, because again, your glasses go on the sides of your nose. You don't have to dip it again. You want it to be subtle. And that way you balance out the top part of your face. I do under my chin just because I carry extra weight. And I go through with what's left and do my temples. And sometimes I go back and apply a little bit more on days that I feel like I want some more contour to my face. So there's that. Okay? Now your face looks a little bit more balanced than it did with just dry makeup on. Then what I do is I go through, and I've been using my Urban Decay eyeshadow and tinted as my blush because I wanted to stay with the orchid trend. I use the exact same brush that I used for my bronzer. I go through right over the top of the bronzer and sweep it up. When you wear your glasses, you want to keep your cheek color more towards the back of your cheekbones. You don't want it right here, okay? You don't want to look like a painted doll with grandma glasses, all right? It's just not a good look. So keep your blush more towards your cheek and sweep it up. And the other thing too is you don't have to be afraid of like doing your makeup, because like my eyes are horrible without my glasses on. And I still feel like I can get a pretty application now that I'm used to it, without having to use, like without having to rely so much on the mirror. Okay, so there's my blush. And then I go through and I just take a big blending brush and blend, like this is a Real Techniques powder brush. On days that I wear a light makeup, like when I don't wear my Bare Minerals foundation, I use this to apply my NARS Loose Setting Powder, the translucent crystal. But for today, I'm just using it to blend everything in so that I don't have anything harsh. Okay? And just go through, just do a light dusting over the tops of your eyeshadow. Blend, blend, blend. Okay. And then, as far as your lashes, lash primer is your best friend. Wearing false lashes under glasses is unrealistic because it gets in the way. It makes a hot mess. Like, I don't mess with false eyelashes when I wear my frames. So lash primer is an asset to me. It's not something that I ever leave them without when I'm traveling. So the lash primer that I prefer is the Lancome Seals Booster XL. This has worked the best for me. You can also use the Tarte Multiply Lash Primer. I'm not as crazy about the applicator on this one. It's a little too thin. I like a fuller lash applicator for volume when I wear a lash primer, because again, under glasses, I want that full luscious lash look, but I can't go the false lashes route because they get in the way. And wearing, I know Michelle Phan did a video years ago for a glasses tutorial, and she applied false lashes to her lower lash line. That is a lot of work for every single day, and it just looks a little too over the top. And again, she was yet another one that did white eyeshadow, and I don't think we should be limited to that. So I take my Lancome Seals Booster XL. I love this. Like, I've repurchased this multiple times because I love it. I apply it to upper and lower lashes. Let me go on and do that. And I kind of like, I turn my mirror up so I'm looking at the base of my lashes because you want a lot of volume. I don't mess with curling my lashes right now under my glasses because they hit the frames when I do that. So I just use the lash primer. You can curl your lashes if you feel like you need to or you want to, but I don't feel the need to. Like, I like the way my lashes look when I just do the lash primer and mascara. but you can do whatever you feel is right. So there's that. And then I go through and do my lower lashes. Okay, now as far as mascara, what I've been using right now is the Lancome Hypnose Drama in Excessive Black. It's an okay mascara. You're gonna want to use whatever mascara that you currently favor. You don't have to use anything specific. You will benefit from using a volumizing mascara, just putting it out there. Because lengthening when you wear your glasses, it's too much. So if you're gonna wear your glasses, I would stick with a volumizing mascara. Doesn't matter if it's waterproof or not. I prefer to not use waterproof mascara because I like to know that it's coming off when I take off my makeup at night. I'm not a huge fan of waterproof unless I know I'm gonna suffer from excess. Like in the summer where I live, it gets so hot, and so waterproof mascara is a little bit easier because you know you're gonna sweat, but I prefer to not wear waterproof. I apologize for my hand being in the way. I don't do well when I have to turn my hand over to do my lashes. It works a lot better for me when I do it like this, but I know it's in the way for you. Okay. And then my lower lash line. If you mess up with your mascara, let it dry for a couple of seconds or minutes. For me, it takes about a minute for it to dry, but once it's completely dry, you can just flake it off and you don't have to worry about it smearing. So, just putting that tip out there. And then, if you want to boost your look, let's say you're wearing purple eyeshadow, like you're wearing a silvery purple look, or you're wearing gold, whatever you do, you can go and get cheap, colorful mascara. And what this is going to do is it's going to brighten your eyes over the top of your mascara. So again, up the amp under your glasses. You don't have to do this. I'm not going to do it right now, but like if I wear a lilac shade and like a matte purple, I like to use blue mascara on top of my lashes. If I wear like my Project Pan look this summer, I did Half Baked on my lid and I had Smog in my crease. I used this Totally Teal mascara just to put some life back in my face and my eyes. It makes the whites of your eyes look really bright. It'll make your eye color more intense. The teal on top of the mint is a little weird, so I'm going to skip that. But if you have colorful mascara, if it's blue or purple or teal, feel free to use it because, I mean, it does wonders to brighten up your eyes. But I'm going to skip that for today. And then I just go through and use my MAC Fix Plus because with glasses, there's no way to get around it. You're gonna get that nasty junk on your nose pieces. You just clean it off at the end of the day. There's not really a whole lot you can do to get away from that, but I set my makeup to help a little bit with MAC Fix Plus. So just 8 to 10 inches away from my face. Kind of fan it in so it'll set. And then I put my glasses on. So as you can see, it's not as crazy as you thought it would be, like when we were putting on the makeup together, or when you were watching me, whatever. Oh, shucks, I forgot to do that. Never mind. All right, very quickly, before we get done, I usually go in with Sin from my Naked palette because it has a similar payoff to Benefit's High Beam in powder form. And I take my Real Techniques contour brush, just dust this over the tops of my cheeks. I noticed that when I put my glasses on that I didn't have that. So just go over, and then I go down the bridge of my nose. I take that same 217 equivalent that I used to highlight my eyes after doing my Cupid's bow. I can't believe I forgot that. I was so busy chatting that totally didn't do that. Okay. And then just blend it in with the big fluffy brush. And then I'm not going to worry about spraying my face again, so, because it'll stay. Okay, now we're good. All right, now as far as my lips, when I wear my glasses, I prefer to have bolder lipsticks anyway, but when you wear your glasses, you benefit from wearing bolder lipsticks, so don't be afraid to wear them. You can wear reds, you can wear orange, you can wear berries, plums. It will benefit you to get a deeper lipstick when you wear your frames, because again, balance your face out. So what I have been using lately is my Project Pan makeup. I'm picking a deeper plum shade from Urban Decay. Excuse me. And to start it, I've been using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the color Venom. Love this color. It is a beautiful deep plum. Now to line my lips, I make an X. I saw this tip on Pinterest and it actually works pretty well. I'm not going to talk while I do this because I can't do it, but you're going to make an X on your Cupid's bow, like with your lip liner, and then fill in the sides of your lips, and then I go on and I fill in the center so that I have better staying power with my lipstick. So let me do that. See how I do the X right there? It'll keep it from your Cupid's bow looking like it's uneven. And then I go through on the bottom and fill in. As I've noticed, I just turned 30 a few months ago, and I've noticed that I've had to wear lip liner a little more frequently. I mean, I've always loved it, but I would go through phases where I would wear it and then I wouldn't, and now I'm realizing, like, with the feathering things, like, as I've gotten older and having my kids, I have to try a little harder. So then I go through with Urban Decay Revolutionary Lipstick in the color Venom. It is the exact same dye lot as this lipstick. If you are interested in new lipsticks, if you buy Urban Decay, they use the same dye lots. Like if you buy an eyeshadow, you can find the exact same color in an eyeliner. If you buy lipstick, you can find the exact same color in a lip liner. I mean, they use the same dye lot for everything, and they even call it the same thing. So just go through. And done. All right, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this and find these tips helpful. If you're interested, I will continue doing glasses get ready with me as I change up my makeup, so you can see if maybe you're looking to change up makeup in your routine. Go on and comment below and stay tuned. I'm going to be uploading my Shop That Stash videos, basing my current collection on new drugstore trends. I'm going to break that up into several videos because there is a lot of information, so get ready for that, because yeah, I've done a lot of homework for you guys, a lot of homework. So stay tuned and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.